Good morning, everyone. Today we're going to discuss the second part of Module 4, Quarter 2, Science 7. And this is Sir Topper, your Science 7 teacher. This module is all about the plant cell. Okay? So before we proceed, let us have this review. Directions: read the questions carefully. Choose the letter of the correct answer from the questions below and key in to your class font app. And this is your class code 86059. So let's start with number 1. What is the shape of a plant cell? Is it A, hexagonal, B, oval, C, rectangular, D, spherical? Go. Okay, time is up. The correct answer for number 1 is letter C, rectangular. Let's have number 2 question. How many major parts does a plant cell have? Is it A, 5, B, 9, C, 7, D, 3? Go. Time is up. The correct answer for this is A, 5. Number 3 question. Which of the major parts of the plant cell is responsible for photosynthesis? A, cell wall, B, cytoplasm, C, chloroplast, D, cell membrane. Go. Time is up. Correct answer for number 3 is letter C, chloroplast. Let's have number 4 question. How do vacuoles work? A, it carries materials in and out of the cell. B, it breaks down food and releases energy for the cell. C, it transports nutrients and other materials around the cell. Or D, it stores food, enzymes, and other materials needed by the cell. Go. Okay, time is up. The correct answer for number 4 is letter D. It stores food, enzymes, and other materials needed by the cell. Let's have number 5 question. What do we call the set of organelles that are double membraned and are only found in plants? A, lysosomes, B, mitochondria, C, peroxisomes, and D, plastids. Go. Okay, time is up. The correct answer for number 5 is letter D, plastids. So let's have this a short answer. Where in the plant cell are organelles located? Okay, that's correct. It is in the cytoplasm. How about number 7? Some root crops and most plant roots are non-pigmented. What type of plastid is present in these plant parts? Very good. That is leucoplasts. How about number 8? The leaves of the plants are its food factory. What is the process of food making undergone by plants? That is correct. It is called photosynthesis. How about what organelle in plants causes tomatoes turning red when ripe and bell peppers turning yellow from green? That's great. It is called chromoplasts. How about number 10? Where does photosynthesis occur in plants? That's good. It is in the leaves. Thank you. And let's proceed with the discussion. Let's talk about plant cells. What's in? Animals and plants are direct complementary to each other. So they need each other. They complement with each other. We take in oxygen as a product of plants' transpiration, and they take in carbon dioxide as byproduct of our respiration. So we give carbon dioxide to them, then they give us oxygen for us to inhale. If us humans have the animal cell, what about the plants around us? Do they also have cells? What do you think? How do their cells look alike? Are there any similarities or differences between the two? So for today, we're going to tackle all about these questions. So before we proceed, you're given here a plant astic. So you're going to write any kind of plant, or you can draw the plant that you want, and you can give the description that you want. So that will be your first assignment. What's new? It is indeed very natural that in our daily life we can encounter a certain kind of plant, whether it's a flower for your altar, or home or at home, eggplant for your breakfast, or a cactus for your tabletop. So nowadays, cactus is very important as a design, especially in a center table. What do you think will happen if plants will perish or be extinct? What do you think? If plants will vanish, if plants are extinct, meaning to say they're rare. So they are. Read the poem below as introduction to our lesson on the plant cell. All around our plants we see, from tree to grass, fruit to veggie, all of these are value of humanity. Like me and you, plants are made of cells too. They're bigger and fast to grow. Plant cells are unique and great. They're rectangular in shape compared to animals that looks like a plate. The outer layer is called the cell wall. This is stiff and rigid like a coal. It keeps its shape and the inside organelles not to fall. The chloroplast gets light from the sun, capturing energy for photosynthesis to run, to make food available for everyone. Chlorophyll makes the chloroplast green, a pigment needed for photosynthesis to happen. Starch, water, and oxygen as products at the end. Chromoplast gives fruit and flower its distinct yellow and red color. Leucoplast is where starch and oil are in the store. Vacuole is a membrane-bound sac where food and nutrients in the cell is stocked. The flora cellula is small but comes in a pack. The Flora Cellula by Mirna V. Diniega. So in this poem, it was very clear that the plants are made up of cells. They have organelles too. They are basic parts. That is very important to humankind. What is it? Plants play an important role in the sustainability of the ecosystem. We believe that, and we all know that we need each other. So ecosystem is part of the biological organization. Plants that produce grains, fruits, and edible leaves and parts of our basic food. We use some of them for medicinal, yes, and aesthetic purposes. Plants are mainly multicellular, many-celled. They belong to kingdom Plantae and are predominantly photosynthetic because of the chlorophyll or chloroplast. They can make their own food. Remember that plants is the only one who can make their own food. Therefore, we must study plants at the cellular level. So we're given major part here and its function. So let's start the first one, the cell wall. Cell wall found in plant cells but not in animal cells. So it's only for the plant cells. The outermost layer in the plant cell. The outermost layer. The outside skin. It is stiff and rigid and helps a plant keep its shape. Allow materials like water and nutrients, waste, oxygen, and carbon dioxide to pass to and from the cell membrane. Let's have the cell membrane, second major part of the plant cell. It is the second layer in the plant cell. As you can see, This is the cell membrane. Okay, it is the second layer of the plant cell. It keeps all the parts of the cell inside. It is semi-permeable and controls what enters and exits the cell, such as water, nutrients, and wastes, and thereby protects and supports the cell. So that is cell membrane. The next one is chloroplast, this part of the cell. It is only found in the plant cells. They're responsible for photosynthesis. It is color green because of the pigment called chlorophyll. Every green plant you see is working to convert the energy from the sun into sugars during the process of photosynthesis. Plants are the basis of all life on Earth. We all know that. They make sugars, and by byproduct of photosynthesis is the oxygen that we breathe. So plants are very important for humankind. Next one is cytoplasm. It is large and fluid-like, called protoplasm. It fills up the space between the nucleus and the cell membrane. It is a jelly-like substance composed of mainly water as well as dissolved nutrients. It is where membrane-bound organelles are embedded. So this portion. And the last major part of the plant cell is the nucleus, wherein the nucleus, the animal cell also have this nucleus. It is located in the cytoplasm of the cell. It controls and regulates all cell activities. It is the control center of the cell and contains the cell's DNA, or the deoxyribonucleic acid. So you are given the 5 major parts of the cell in its function. Okay, so let's try this one. So using this lemon made, what do you think is a representation of number 1? Number 1 is the cell wall. Number 2, very good. That is correct. Cell membrane. Number 3, this is, what is number 3? The cytoplasm. That's correct. About number 4, the center. The nucleus. Very good. And number 5, this is the chloroplast. Very good. Let's have the trivia time. There are about 320,000 species of plants on Earth. Most of the species are located in the tropical rainforests like our country, the Philippines. So very, very blessed because we have plenty of plants. So this is the picture of the plant cell. The organelles embedded in the cytoplasm of both plants and animal cells are almost the same, but there are a few distinct organelles that are unique, and it is only found in plant cell. What are those? Okay, the plant cell organelles that can only be found in plant cells are: first is the plastids. These are double-membered organelles found mainly in plants. We have the 3 types. The chloroplast. It contains a green pigment chlorophyll, which enables the plants to undergo the process of photosynthesis. Next is chromoplast. This one gives a yellow, orange, and red color to fruits and flowers. Then leucoplast. These are non-pigmented, located in roots, and it stores carbohydrates, proteins, and fats. The second one is the vacuoles. It stores food, enzyme, and other materials needed by the cell. Some vacuoles store waste products too. Plant cells contain large vacuoles called central vacuoles, and that contain liquid called cell sap. The cell sap is made of water, dissolved sugars, minerals, salts, and amino acids. So let's see. What's more? Let's have this plant cell analogy. Okay? Cell wall is stiff and rigid. Okay? How about cell membrane? The answer for that is semi-permeable. Number 2, non-pigmented leucoplast. If it is chromoplast, it is yellow, orange, red. That's correct. Number 3, chloroplast. Counterparts, chlorophyll, vacuole, cell sap. Number 4, if for animal cell is spherical, plant cell is rectangular. That is correct. Number 5, cytoplasm composed mainly of water and dissolved nutrients. How about nucleus? Nucleus contains the DNA and the RNA. Okay, let's move on. So what I have learned. Okay, so let us read the paragraph carefully and identify the correct words that will complete the sentences. Choose your answers from the words inside the box. Write your answer in a separate sheet of paper. Okay, let's have the answer for this time rather. So for number 1, it is plant cells are rectangular. Number 2, in shape and are 3 bigger than animal cells. It has 5 major parts. These are the cell wall, the outermost layer, and it is stiff and rigid to help plants keep its shape. Then next one is cell membrane, the second layer, and it is semi-permeable and controls what enters and exits the cell, such as water, nutrients, and wastes. And for number 8, we have chloroplast. It is responsible for photosynthesis. Number 9, and it is green in color due to the presence of the pigment called chlorophyll. And number 11, cytoplasm, large and fluid-filled, where membrane-bound organelles are embedded. And number 12 is nucleus, that controls and regulates all cellular activities. These cells have organelles present only to them. For number 13, it is chromoplast, that gives fruits and flowers their yellow, orange, and red color. Leucoplasts are non-pigmented and found in roots. And lastly, second to the last, vacuoles stores food, enzymes, and other materials needed by the cell. Large vacuoles called central vacuoles contains cell sap that is made up of water, dissolved sugars, and mineral salts, and amino acids. Okay, let's move on. So you are going to draw a plant cell here, then label. So this is for you. You need to apply. Concentrate again on the excellent part of the rubrics to have a high grade. Okay, let's have this assessment. Read the questions carefully. Fill in your answers using our class point app. And the class code is 86059. Okay, which of the following are present in the plant cell and are absent in animal cell? A. Cell wall and chloroplast. B. Lysosomes and ribosomes. C. Golgi bodies and mitochondria. D. Cell membrane and cytoplasm. Okay, time is up. The correct answer is cell wall and chloroplast. Let's have number 2. What do the major parts of the layers of the plant cell and animal cell differ? A. Plant cells and animal cell have both 4 major parts. B. Plant cells have 6 major parts while animal cells have 4. C. Plant cell have 3 major parts while animal cells have 5. Or D. Plant cells have 5 major parts while animal cells have 3. Okay, time is up. The correct answer for this question is letter D. Plant cells have 5 major parts while animal cells have 3. Let's move on with number 3 question. What is photosynthesis? A. It is the ability of plant cells to reproduce. B. It is the capability of plant cells to undergo cell division. C. It is the process of the plant cells to make their own food. Or D. It is the capacity of plant cells to have additional support and protection. Okay, time is up. The correct answer for this is letter C. It is the process of the plant cells to make their own food. Let's have number 4 question. What are the end products of photosynthesis? Is it A. Starch, water, and fats? B. Fats, water, and nitrogen? C. Sugar, water, and oxygen? Or D. Water, energy, and carbon dioxide? Okay, time is up. The correct answer for this is letter C, sugar, water, and oxygen. Let's have number 5 question. Which of the following is the external stiff and rigid additional support for plant cell that cannot be found in animal cell? A. Cell wall. B. Chromoplast. C. Plastid. D. Vacuole. Okay, the correct answer is letter A, cell wall. Okay, congratulations to everyone. So, without any questions, thank you and good morning.